Hey guys, Marshall here with another episode of Plausibly Anything. Enjoying the festive fall weather and a beautiful tree behind me. Look at it, nice and red. But today, I'm going to talk about personality types. And I just had an awesome little segment that I did on TikTok where I interviewed a woman on what her personality type is. It was great. It was great. It wasn't, and afterwards, I wasn't that surprised to find out that she was a social butterfly, and it all made sense. And and so I think it's really important us to think about who we are talking to. If we can become a little bit more savvy when it comes to understanding people's personality types, and why it totally made sense that she was a social butterfly was because she wasn't really very invested in her career. Really, she's on TikTok live. She's trying to get some viewership. It makes perfect sense. She's trying to make some grow a channel or something. Whatever she's trying to do there, it makes sense. She's more of a dreamer than a realist. She doesn't really have a very set in stone career where you, like, let's say I went to a college, I'd be interviewing people that have more set in stone beliefs towards their career, women that are more like modernized versus like a social butterfly that's very very social. She usually has a lot of social circles where she knows a lot of men, and she doesn't really like um, the type of dates that are very one on one. Like you'll realize whenever you watch the video, she's not very interested in. She thinks they're important, but the one on one time and the dinner is important. But she likes a date that's adventurous, and that really shows her kind of dreamer style of things. She wants to go out and be adventurous with a guy, and she said bowling, other stuff, and so those questions, understanding her career path, understanding her dating style, are extremely important. And then I asked her a question about how open she is with her kind of like her sexuality in a way. I didn't say it like that, as you'll see in the video. But I asked her, um, would she hide something? You know, would she be, or is she very open about any fling she has and stuff like that? So she's like, yeah, I don't. She didn't give an F. It was an awesome. The reason why I think that this kind of interview went so well was because of her type. She was a social butterfly. This idea of us socializing randomly and me asking her personality, she loved it. She thought it was exciting, and then she moved on with her day. And I got an awesome little piece of video for you guys to see today on that type of person. And so I think it's extremely important that people start understanding that different women have different dating styles, and you need to be sort of think about them and think about what they want instead of thinking about what you think they want. You know, instead of understand her type, instead of thinking that every sort of date is going to be like some sort of Netflix movie or something like that, which is going to be one on one in a restaurant. And so, open your eyes, figure out what people want, what they're comfortable in the dating, and then all of a sudden you go from a dating with a girl like that, you go on an adventurous date, then she's more interested maybe on doing one on one. She's more comfortable. There's less pressure on her because she knows that you're someone that she's already friends with in a way or something. So that's a way to sort of figure out um, how your approach should be. Figure out it, and this kind of goes with what I was listening to last night. I was listening to another mentor, and he was talking about stop making it about you and what you think other people want, and start establishing what their psychology is and what their desires are. Understand their career path, understand their dating style, understand how open they are about their sexuality, and then you make a decision on how you want to take action. Um, and most people don't do that. Most people don't care enough. They just think, um, and they whenever they ask a person on a date, and they don't want to do that date, that one-on-one time on the date person, they don't even know that much. They don't know enough about them to do a one-on-one date with them, and they think there's something wrong with them. No, it's just you're not. Well, the part of it is there's something wrong with you. It's that you're not trying to figure out the other person enough. And so once you start figuring out the other person enough, then you realize what actually is going on here. And it's just a miscommunication about what other people's expectations are. So if I were to ask this girl in the video on a date, it should be more something adventurous. Going to play pool at the bar, going bowling, something where you're doing something together or doing something against each other. It creates a nice dynamic, a fun little competitive. She loved the idea of competition. Actually, I think she said in a date. She wants to duke it out. That's wild. It's fun, exciting. So I want you to listen to this video, understand the questions that I'm asking, understand how this creates a psychology type here, and understand that you shouldn't be treating every girl the same, and all the dating advice that you're getting and seeing isn't personalized towards a person. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to skip all that BS about personality type, or not all the BS about one personality thing. All girls want one thing, and for the most part, a lot of girls see certain things the same as like dominance and stuff like that, but they see things. There is a generalization of things that are attractive, but once again, you have to know what that person is attractive to also, and that's what this whole video is all about. Less BS and more finding out what people actually want. So please check it out. Thank you so much for watching. At the end, please like and subscribe to the video, and there's gonna be more content like this coming because I'm really excited to bring this stuff out, and we're gonna see if we can cover a lot of different psychology types. Thank you guys so much. Check out the video.
Hi, you okay?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yeah, I can hear you.
No worries.
I was hoping you could be an awesome guest for me. I had like a few questions I wanted to ask you.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot, but you were kind of the you're kind of the main event though too. But
Oh, good too.
so I recently read this book on psychology, and everyone sort of fits into like a certain you know personality type and everything.
Right, okay. Does this have
So
any, like,
to really understand this, there's like roughly like three questions I have to ask you. And the first one is pretty easy. It's like, are you a very like career oriented person? Like, or are you more of like kind of like a dreamer? Like you have these, you end up kind of like dreaming up these sort of ideas.
I'm ambitious, but I'm not money motivated.
I'm sorry, I gotta turn you up. I say that again.
I'm ambitious, but I'm not money motivated.
Idealistic guy. I was like, I had a lot of like ideas, but I never really like went all in on them. You know what I mean? And I think that someone like really career oriented, they kind of go specifically on one idea.
Yeah.
And so I'm like
I wouldn't say I'm on one idea. I'm 40 now and I still haven't 100% figured out what I wanted to do, but
Yeah.
whatever I do with full passion, because that's the kind of person I am.
Yeah, I'm getting that. That's awesome. And so yeah, I think it seems like you're bouncing around these ideas, and you still. I'm kind of like the same way there. So another question would be, are you, whenever you go on like a date, do you like a date that's like just you and someone else like at a restaurant, or would you like a date that's like a little bit less pressure on you? That's more like at the bar, you just meet up and you hang out there, have a couple of drinks.
I think having a drink is probably the wrong way to go about being on a first date because, it brings inhibitions down. I think, you need to genuinely get to know someone first.
Okay, yeah. So
But a
this is
meal
yeah
and
this.
that, I think is quite boring. If you're struggling for conversation, you first met and being stuck on the table looking at someone is not the best way to go. I actually prefer fun activities. I prefer to go bowling or do like some sort of adventure. I've done like zip wiring and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I think that sort of thing it makes it go easier because you're actively doing something as well. And you get to know more about the person if they're
So,
single or not.
so you're saying you like to go on like an adventurous date than personally like
Like
some.
something you're doing actively rather than just sat and just like at the pictures or a
Yeah,
meal. That wouldn't be my ideal day.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
I'd have to go like go karting or something, give me somewhere where I can get a bit competitive with you. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. That's there's one last question. Wait, I forgot to. What's your name again? I forgot to get
Sarah. Everyone calls
Sarah.
me Astronia, but it's Sarah Jane.
Oh, Sava Jane.
Sarah Jane.
Sarah Jane. Okay, Sarah Jane.
Thank you so much. Lady G,
No,
big up for that, my girl. Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
you let me join your thing here. I have one last question if you're cool with it. It's whether you are if you meet somebody and let's say things might happen between you. I don't want to get into specifics. Are you the type of person that would deny it happening, or would you just say, "No, this
No,
happened. This happened, and
no,
I'm cool
I'm
with
a
it."
very quiet, upfront, forward person. If I see something I want, I make it known. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay, there's just like, yeah, that's cool. That's kind
Yeah,
of
I'm
how I
not
am
like
too.
shy like that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's basically creates kind of like those three questions kind of create a profile for you. I'm gonna figure it out real quick if you can give me a second here, and I'm gonna see
Yeah.
if it's accurate or not.
Let's
We're
see.
getting into some
Genuinely,
awesome stuff today, aren't we, Sarah? This
you
is
are sorry.
all right. 1 second here.
It's interesting. I can't say I've, usually have this sort of experience on here. So, I'm just rolling with it. Let's see I'm interested to see what turns out. Thank you, guys. Big up. Guys,
Okay,
300.
so your profile is the social butterfly.
Yeah, I would say I'm a social person.
So you're kind of party girl, flirts a lot with people, embraces aggressive approach.
Probably is.
Does it sound like you or
Yeah, well.
a little bit? Um,
Thank you so much, Alice, for having me.
does if you sense any neediness, she becomes uninterested.
I would say neediness is more controlling and jealousy.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta
I understand
control.
the need for validation sometimes, but if someone, constantly needs the ego stroking, then I'm not the person.
You don't like the ego stuff. I don't like that either.
I like someone who's a bit self-assured, not egotistical, but quietly self-assured. You know what I mean? Big up on the tops, guys. 30K.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
respect that view a lot. I've done egotism.
Hi, you okay?
It can become nasty, be a nasty
Yeah.
thing.
And
That's awesome.
I am quite forward and say as I think, if a bloke tends to be a bit insecure and easily intimidated, it doesn't usually go down well with somebody like me. Thank you so much, guys. Big up for all tabs. But thank
Also,
you so much.
likes very interesting professions.
Yeah, I like someone who's unique to the self off the bat, does what's unique to them rather than just doing like a social, just going along with the social norms, doing the 9 to 5 job or
Yeah,
whatever.
I think that works. That works well for you because I think you have a lot of people you talk to since you're a social butterfly. So you're waiting for someone to kind of pop out and be like, have an interesting career or just self assured, like you said.
quiet self-assured.
Yeah, quietly self-assured, not like arrogant. It seems like that's cool.
And isn't that what most lasses are looking for? I don't know, guys. Just me. Right, thank you so much for the questions. Anyway, I'm going to jump out, but it was nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Very nice to meet you too, Sarah.
You too. Take care.
Bye.